Welcome, welcome to our Source Embodiment Meditation, March 1st. Happy March. Yay, closer to spring. I hope you're all having a wonderful day so far. Yeah, got a little confused about the time I was on here early. This week has been really interesting. So, hi, Cynthia in Ohio. So we're going to explore source embodiment, and I had some interesting things come in this morning around it in meditation. And so we're just going to share some things, and then we'll do a short meditation. And after that, I'll just share some information with you about our upcoming 7-week source embodiment journey, which some of you are in already, which I'm really excited about. So let's do our usual opening, connecting meditation. So if you wish to, taking a moment to close your eyes, and with your breath, welcoming the air into your body. As you welcome the air into your body, you welcome yourself. You welcome yourself here to you. Give yourself a moment to say hello to your body, say hello to yourself. And with each breath, allowing that breath to go a little deeper. So this fresh breath, this fresh air can flow through your body. Welcoming yourself, welcoming your breath deeper into your body. And each cell gets to receive the light of this breath, freshness, the opening, the spaciousness. That the air is bringing space and life to rejuvenate every part of the body. And if you wish to, imagining, visualizing this breath as streams of light, streams of light. And as the breath is going in and out, you can welcome these streams of light to go wherever they need to go to bring you more present, more connected, more open in your body. Allowing yourself to feel the sensations of your body as they open with your breath. And with each breath, also allowing the moment to bring you into a space of releasing anything that is no longer needed on the exhale. If it was any interactions, experiences before this moment, it's welcoming them to shift from your body, energy body. Any cords, releasing any and all cords or anything else that's no longer needed in the space around you. Welcoming in the light of this breath to fill the energy body around you. A beautiful oval bubble above, below, all sides and around, just letting that expand, open. And it's filled with the light of your soul, welcoming and inviting the light of your soul to be brilliant around you, to be brilliant within you, to be brilliant with all that you are, all that you're receiving, all that is. Beautiful. And as you're allowing this to open up, we're going to welcome that light to also flow through. Just welcoming it into your heart. Take a big, deep breath with your heart. If you wish to, placing a hand on your heart to welcome that light to flow in the center of your heart, to expand above, below, and both sides and all around your heart. Welcome pure love, the pure love of life, the pure love of self, the pure love of being. That you're welcoming this connection, to be whole within yourself, within Source. Ah, letting that flow down the center channel of your body, all the way down through the root, opening your root to flow into the earth. Welcoming an earth, welcoming you through the center channel, the center heart of earth. Creating a foundation here of love and connection with your body and with earth. And then breathing that back up through the body, all the way up into the heart, and then up through the center channel, up through the head, and all the way up through the center of the sun and central sun. And then letting that cascade all the way down around your energy body, back down into the center of the earth, and back up through the center of the body, just letting that rotate up and around. Bring yourself into a state of connection, of ease, of love, of being. Yourself as Source. Taking a deep breath through the heart so that we all bring the thread of our consciousness, our higher consciousness, our soul to connect here together as one in this space, in this group. And all that it will be on the replay. Create a connection of unity, support, and strength for all of us to be here together. Ah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Feeling your feet, feeling your hands. And when you're ready, just allowing yourself to open to the space around you. So that we may, yeah, thank you. And just remembering to keep breathing through that center of your body, the center of yourself, the center of your being. Yes, Source embodiment. We are a source, never not have been Source. And, as we're moving through these phases of our life and phases of the transitions on this planet at this time, there's the opportunity to really recognize where we're sourcing ourself, where we're sourcing soul, where we're sourcing love, where we're sourcing who we are. And that sourcing really comes from that divine place within, where we get to truly recognize ourselves and all that we are as Source, as a sourcing of the light, that's at the base of our bodies, that is the foundation of the creation of our bodies into form, that we are the magnificent divine beings of Source. And in meditation this morning, when I was sitting with this, it was really coming into the present of what's really taking place throughout, our harmonics right now on the planet and with ourselves, is really coming into that harmony with self, really even more deeply welcoming and inviting that special place within that already inherently knows how to be and what it's like to be. and what it is to be in harmony with self, in harmony with the body, in harmony with the mind, in harmony with the emotions, in harmony with the essence of life itself. And so when we go into meditation, we're really going to connect into those places where we're choosing harmony and maybe where we're not choosing harmony, and looking at that and creating an invitation to uh, deepen the harmonics of of our choices, because it's not always easy. But what I'm noticing, and we're going to be going deeper into, what's actually happening on the planet at this time, and what that means for maybe the next coming days in Mastery Monday on Monday. Right now, I just really want to focus on how it is that we're sourcing our intelligence, we're sourcing our wisdom, we're sourcing our connection to self. And we can make it simple and say, just sit with yourself, just be, right? Just be, just say hi to yourself, just welcome. And that's not always easy when we have all these ideas or feelings or other things in life that are pulling us in different directions. And right now, though, there's such an incredible opportunity for us to really hone in on that inner voice, hone in on that inner trust, hone in on that sense of that clean slate where I can just, let these other pieces of myself, let these other places where I've been holding all these other ideas of the identity that I've walked in, this body has, supported, to say, hey, intelligent body, and all of the light and all of the way that to flow, and all the way that you already inherently know how to move with this energetic, inviting that higher self consciousness to direct the body, to allow the body to come into that space of experience as source. And so, what a lot of that can come down to is letting go of the control, right? Letting go of the doubt, letting go of those ideas of what the body is or what the body isn't, uh, and what the soul is and what the soul isn't. So that as these transitions are taking place, who we are on our higher harmonics, or our, just soul harmonics, that base level that we optimally are and that we have been since we came from source, right? Is saying, okay, do what you know how to do. Do what you know how to do and show me. So it's a really deep surrender, that deep surrender right now, to just be like, just show me, just show me, just show me. And the more that we're capable, of letting the mind cease its, hold on things or repetitive constructs. Whew. And I've been feeling that. I've just been feeling this sense of, okay, everything feels very even keeled right now, even though my mind might not be, totally on it with time. But uh, uh, for example, I had this wild experience yesterday at home. I was at home, on some calls, as well as still organizing and unpacking. And there's this cool place in town that has, a bunch of, like, if you know Arkansas or have ever been to Arkansas, Arkansas is the place of thrift. Arkansas is the space of pawn. It's the place of flea markets. They're just everywhere. It's like the town I live in, it's like, yeah, just go to the Goodwill and get something. No, it's like there's multiple, like, in the teens plus, of thrift stores, of pawn shops, of flea markets. And so everyone is constantly swapping and exchanging, and, and it's really cool. Never a lack of something that you need at a good price. So, so, I got a washer and a dryer, and I had it delivered yesterday in a table because I didn't have one, because this house is a brand new build, and so I have to get everything. And so I had them delivered, and I go to turn the dryer on and it doesn't turn on. And I'm like, I know this dryer works. It was working. When I bought it, it was working. So what's going on? Checking the breaker box, so I went outside. The way this the way they put the handles on this house for the locks, how usually horizontal is unlocked and vertical is locked? Well, that switched, right? So I've been having to train my son, like, make sure you look so you don't lock yourself out of the house, and we'll get this fixed, right? But it's also been really good conditioning for the neurotransmitters to go, oh, I have to make sure, right? Because this isn't on, and retrain the brain for something new and different, like how we are doing in life constantly right now, right? And so I went out to check the breaker box, and I wiggled the handle to make sure. I thought it was unlocked, right? And I switched the handle and I go outside, check the breaker box. I go back, the door's locked. And I'm like, And just 2 days ago, I'm like, I need to get a spare key outside, which I have not done yet. And I went around to the front door, door's locked. So I'm like, okay. All the windows are closed and locked because it got cold. It went down in the 30s at night. So, let me think here. So I went to the neighbor's super wonderful woman. She has, and she had her phone and she's connected with the woman I'm renting from. So here, call her, see if there's a spare key at her other house. Okay, great. And I'm like, do you have a ladder? I think I may be able to get in the kitchen window. Do you have a screwdriver? I got to pop out the screen, So I'm doing all these things, pop out the screen. Thank goodness I had left a latch on the window open. So I was able to climb through the kitchen window, but still the dryer is not working. So, okay, call the electrician. Electrician comes, fixes the dryer. And I'm talking to my landlady on the phone. And she's like, you're so calm. How are you so calm? And I'm like, I had to sit and think about it for a minute. I'm like, I don't know. Things just happened and I had to take care of it. And I just did what I had to do. Right? There wasn't a need to freak out. I just figured I'm taking care of things. I'll take care of it. I have to call if I have to stand outside. And the funny thing is, it started to hail. So I'm outside. I open the door when I go to check the breaker box and it's hailing. And I'm like, where did this come from? This wasn't in the forecast, right? And then it's raining. And I'm like, oh, well, if I have to stand out in the rain for a while and wait for a locksmith because my neighbor called it, I'll wait, So it was just one of those things where it's just that opportunity when we have those things to come up that we're sourcing, that we're just in it and we're sourcing what's needed. We're sourcing what's necessary, and we're not putting our emotions and our thoughts into the things that it's not going to work out, right? Because you're eventually going to get back. I knew no matter what, I was eventually going to get back in the house, right? And I knew eventually no matter what, the dryer was going to get figured out, right? So it's those things that happen that allow us to step into that source embodiment place of going, oh, okay, let's just do what needs to be done and take care of it, right? And so I was like, wow. So I really sat with that when she said that to me, and I was like, well, that's what it feels like right now to me, is that even though there's all this craziness going on, in the world, there's this element of stability. There's this element of calm foundation that's just happening, that we've been cultivating by continually just choosing the present moment, continually choosing, what it is that we really want to experience in life. So those were opportunities for me to meet those things and say, hey, okay, let's just figure it out. Let's just do what needs to be done, right? And not worry about it, not get upset about it. Let it flow. Right? So that's the key piece right now, is that harmony that we can be with in our experience, the harmony that we can be with in our bodies, the harmony that we can be with in our life. So when what seems to may be a challenging or adverse situation, it's more like, oh, okay, cool. Now I really know I really need to get a spare key, right? Going to do that today, right? Great. The awesome reminder. Let's go do that. Let's get that taken care of, So it's kind of that the present moment really allows that depth of foundation to source what is needed. to source what is needed and to source who we truly are in each moment. And when we stay in that place of all that I need can be sourced, and all that I need can be sourced, especially when I'm staying in harmony with myself and whatever is arising, how things can flow from that space. Incredible, right? There's not that rigidness, there's not that contractedness, there's not that space that wants to go against or oppose, right? There's that space of saying yes and so so that's the opportunity that I'm feeling through this opening right now in the field. It's really that invitation to that pure essence of life, that pure essence of life that just is in its ultimate neutrality, in its ultimate acceptance, and its ultimate space of just being able to breathe and doing and being, being what's needed. Because when we're in that within ourselves, and that's really the source embodiment, the embodiment of the harmony, that flow of breath with the harmony. Yeah. So Sarah, yeah, so resonant. So yeah, I'm just giggling, and just giggling at the things that show up in our lives, the things that we create to allow ourselves to just have a moment of recognition. Like for those of you who showed up on time, I showed up early. I had it in my mind that I had set it for 11:15. This week has been interesting with time for me, and I guess everything. It's just like what do I get to keep creating to I for me, I know it's the deepening of the flow of going, oh, okay, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. This is how it's happening. I had set the time today in my mind because I was going to change it to 11:15 because that's what I wanted to do it at. Then I realized in the emails I left it at 11:30. I'm like, oh, so I'm on here at 11, getting ready. A few people show up early, and I'm like, there's hardly anybody here. Cool. All right, let's go. And they're like, you set the time for 11:30. I'm like, oh, okay. So. So it's all these moments, it's all these moments to go, okay, cool. All right. See you in 15 minutes. We'll be back, so that we can, for me, I just keep laughing. I just keep giggling at all the things that are happening, right? So that we can continue to let whatever's coming up for us, whatever we're doing, whether we're on time, not on time, wherever we're, locking ourselves out of our houses, whatever it is, that we're continually going, okay, what am I creating? What am I sourcing right now? Right? And so for me, it's like there's that opportunity to continue to source, continue to source, continue to source whatever it is that was needed in the moment. And for me, it was needed to sit here for 15 minutes and just be before we actually came on. And I was really grateful for that. So let's go into meditation. Let's see what we can create. Let's see what we can create. Sourcing joy. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I did yesterday. I was laughing with the neighbor. I was laughing. I was just like, this is so funny, this is just, this is a good time. And I got to know her better. And that was great too. So let's take a deep breath in and let's take a deep breath in and give ourselves a moment to really connect with the source, with your source, with the I am source of self. Just welcome in the opportunity to continually say yes to self, as the source of all that is, of the source of all that's needed. Of the source of all that's ready to be created through you as source. Recognizing and saying yes to the body being source, yes to breath being source, yes to the waters and the earth of yourself, of life being source. That you are the ultimate expression of source in its abundance and its fullness and its wholeness. Taking a breath through the heart. Ooh, yeah. Taking a breath through the heart. We bring in a white light to flow down from the top of the head all the way into the body and spiraling up from earth into the root and meeting from source and earth source in the heart. To let that expand and to welcome you, invite you into this deeper connection of source, into this deeper knowing of source. That all that is needed is here now within you. Letting every cell of the body light up with the beautiful light that it is, with the beautiful light of source, with the beautiful sun, the inner sun that every cell is. To continually say yes. To continually say yes. Every part of you, all the particles that you're made up of, the minerals, the waters, the air, all the fluids, that in this moment you just give yourself a moment to be, to breathe, to know, to feel. To welcome all the elements of the body, to welcome all the base of the body, the energy, your consciousness, and your soul as one in harmony, flowing, moving, feeling, breathing together. Welcoming in the frequency of harmony, balance of all that is. And in this moment, just taking a deep breath into the body and your soul, and just welcoming any information that's needed to show where maybe you need to adjust. Maybe there's a little space of not being in harmony. Maybe it's a thought, maybe it's a behavior, maybe a feeling. Just welcome that information, welcome that knowing, welcoming that sensation. To deepen accepting and acknowledging what's showing up for you. Accepting and acknowledging what's showing up for you. Mm. Welcoming the opportunity to breathe into the body where it's showing you. Good. What's it showing you? What's needed here? What's needed here in this moment to bring more love, more compassion, more forgiveness, more connection, more ability to adjust or be in harmony? So let's ask for anything that's being held within that harmonic, that isn't in harmony with your highest, purest self and body. Just dissolve, bring a golden light in to dissolve. To transmute this energy into just pure light and pure energy, calling your power back from any of those behaviors, feelings, thoughts, ideas, identities. Going through lifetimes here. Good. Dissolving it all the way back to source. Bringing in the pure light of source through your field to align within you the harmonized structure, the harmonized being, the harmonized choices, the harmonized alignment of yourself. Just welcoming and inviting and choosing the harmony of you here. Welcoming this harmony to fill every cell of the body, to fill every part of yourself. Welcoming the nerve system to continue to say yes to this harmony of self. Beautiful. Let's bring in a light around the body like a soft breeze, a refreshing air, a rejuvenating experience to increase the frequency and the energy for your body to receive, to be, to know. Yourself is source in this new harmony now, sourcing what's needed for you to maintain this harmony, to increase the capacity to be in this harmony of self, of knowing, space, time, as yourself, as you, your unique expression in your body. In gratitude for the unique expression of yourself, the gratitude for this body to be able to be source, to be able to source all that's needed for the harmony you're becoming. Good. Welcoming a brilliant white light through the body to purify, to connect, to hold, to be. deep breath in here. And with that, welcoming what it is that you're sourcing in your life right now. What are you sourcing in your life right now? Whether it's something physical or something support for the body, the mind, the emotions, just welcoming that source, welcoming the expression of it, welcoming the knowing of it, welcoming the embodiment of sourcing exactly what it is you are, who you are, what is needed to align the body and the structures of the body. Okay. To replicate the frequency that's needed for the deepest healing, the deepest embodiment. Whew. Taking a deep breath in. Welcoming light of yourself to fill your body, open the streams of connection to self here. And feeling what it's like to be in that harmonic, to be in that space. Really let yourself say yes to it, to believe it, to know it. Yes, yes, yes. This is true for me now. This is what is. Creating an image or a color that is the representation of that frequency, of that embodiment, of that harmonic. Show your subconscious, show every part of yourself. Experience. Taking a deep breath in. Ah, in gratitude for what is now open and available within you. Welcoming the resonance of your life with this harmony of yourself now, of this embodied sourcing of your pure self, of your pure harmony. Good. Ah, a deep breath in, feeling your feet, welcoming the integration of this through the energy body. Feeling your hands, welcoming the integration through the brain, the nerve system. To ground this into a new foundation, bringing the white light through the center channel of your body from the top of the head all the way down through. Good. Center of your body all the way down through the root of your body, down into the center, pure crystalline center of earth, and through the bottoms of your feet. Let this these channels of light resonate with this new harmonic, every step, every movement on the foundation here in your body with earth. Beautiful. Taking a few moments here to sit in stillness, to allow this to continue to support you, connect with you, be. Mm. Breath into the heart, letting it fill the whole body, exhaling. Yes, settling into your seat, just being, allowing, coming into your awareness, coming into your presence, coming into the space around you. Begin to, when we're ready, welcoming yourself into the space, that everything in the space and your environment around you coming into resonance with this frequency, this harmony with this source. When you open your eyes, you see through the eyes of this new self, and all that's around you reflects it back to you. Deep breath in. Just welcoming you into the space. So I'd love to hear from you what you may have experienced with that. You can write it in chat, or you can raise your hand next to your name, your participants, or on chat. We can share with each other. Felt really serene and beautiful. Thank you. It's nice to be in the nice, calm energy. Yeah, yeah. So if you wish to, again, you can write in chat what you experienced, or raise your hand if you want to come on with your voice, or just unmute yourself, start talking if you wish to. Sarah Lilu, wow, I felt that rippling out throughout my home. Awesome. Beautiful. Fantastic. Yeah, the field is ripe right now with opportunity to. I feel so calm. Even the room feels calm. Yay. But we're nice to feel that, huh? Yeah, everything feels like it slowed down. Nice to have that opportunity to slow down. Yeah, I was just witnessing the places where there was just that kind of gentle sloughing off, and when the timelines came in, it was just like, just felt like things just very quickly moved and shifted. Limitless peace, Cynthia. Yes, Savannah. I really felt my bones and how much wisdom they hold. Ooh, like that. They felt like the earth of my body. This was accompanied by lots of twitches and stretches. And yes, very calm now. Wonderful. Wonderful. I love that. Yeah, absolutely. The bones of our body, the foundation and incredibleness. I was in preparation for the 7-week journey, Source Embodiment, that starts next Friday, I've been really deeply working, because I know I've done this in meditations before, where we've connected with the bones in the body and the minerals of the body, and recognizing it as the foundation of the system that is made up of, these earthly and cosmic, elements. And it's just been really profound to really sit with, really deeply sit with the living consciousness of the minerals, and recognizing, as we look out and we love the earth, and we, maybe collect rocks or minerals or, crystals or whatever it is, and we're feeling that and that deep connection. It's like that unconscious, subconscious connection of what's actually in our bodies, that is the earth, that is the foundation of ourself, that's holding this body, together, so we can have a structure. It's the amazing structure of our system. So thank you. Yeah, I was twitching a lot too. A lot was moving through the field. Whew, all right. Yeah. Yeah. I love the word source as the place of all beginnings. Yes. Beautiful. I really like the way you said that. The source of all beginnings. And it is like that infinity. We're just sourcing. We're just sourcing what's needed as we flow, right? In the infinite experience of life. Yeah, Sarah, feeling so connected and peaceful. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah. So yeah, if no one wants to share, I don't see any hands up right now. So I'm just gonna just do a brief sharing on this 7-week journey, the source embodiment. This is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be truly sourcing, these inner elements of our body, the living consciousness of ourself that inherently knows how to source, is the source, is consistently generating the source self, and utilizing the elements as the gateways, the portals into the convergence of consciousness and physicality, of the etheric and physicality, the representation of what we love in nature around us as what our bodies is, to have that direct communication, to have that full on direct communication and synergy with what's emerging through our field as a collective right now, to really know ourselves as source, to really be ourselves as source, to uh, create that enhancement of the capacities of who we are as a soul in our bodies, to really feel that safety of being home in the body on this planet at this time, so that we're sourcing all of our, energetics, we're sourcing all of our abilities, we're sourcing all of who we are through this temple of the body, to deeply feel that sense of being here now, right? To being here now. And by doing that, we can really amplify the frequency of ourself. And what will happen through that is, I'm noticing, as we go deeper into this and we connect and we keep coming together and creating these powerful fields together, we're really sharing that with the collective, so that the earth, and we're all moving together, we're all moving together. The elements, the living consciousness of everything that we experience here on this planet, so that we can, shed the ideas of being bad, being negative or whatever in a body, to welcome truly, 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 truly being here, so we can truly step into that power, the true power of who we are. So that's coming up. So Kathy, yeah, if you want to mute yourself.
Wow. I noticed I'm in the middle of many of the elementals are passing over my island. So there's high winds, cold, snow. Parts of the island have rain. And as I was in the middle of that, it was like rippling out past the past the window out towards outside, and everything got real still. Everything got real. It got real quiet, and I've been listening to the roaring of the wind for the last 12 hours. So I'm sort of wondering if, you know, if we, if that is a kind of purpose of keeping our balance, our alignment, and keeping the calm, and whatever is around us, we can calm it by just being in peace, I guess, or
Yeah.
calmness or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But very interesting
Yeah.
to, to 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 see the rippling go out and ripple way over to the next island. It was, whoa,
Wow.
very unusual, but very reassuring for what you're talking about, Kristen, and in how these energetics from the cosmos, from the elementals, are being affected by our purity, by our truth and our purity. So, yeah,
Thank you, Kat.
it's interesting to watch.
Yeah. Wow. I appreciate you sharing that. Yeah, absolutely. I feel, the depth of what you're saying, and, I'm grateful that you were able to physically, have have the experience of what happens, when we are in that space and there is that direct relationship, that direct correlation of the planet and us, how we're holding the energy, how we're being the energy as an individual and as a collective, and how that shapes the how the elementals are also being, how they're also able to function and be in harmony. And that's what we're being called to do, and that's why I love that I was guided to create this source embodiment 7-week journey right now, because that's what's happening. The planet and us are really needing that connection, really needing that connection, so that we can stay in a strong, grounded, you know, connection through this transition, through this phase, and that we're in synergy, in communication, and embodied so deeply that we do ripple out that depth of harmony and calm, right? So thank you. Thank you, Kathy. I'm excited for what you get to bring through. I just want to share, if you don't mind, that Kathy is part of the group and she brings through a lot of powerful stuff. So I'm excited for what this 7-week journey is going to be with everyone that's in so far. It's going to be very powerful because of who's present and what we're all capable of in the space. So um yeah, yeah, I experienced that as well. Before, a couple of days ago, we had a lot of wind come through, and we had a wind advisory, and then this random weather has been happening. It's like yesterday, like hell, where did that come from? All of a sudden it's hailing, and I'm outside going, oh, I'm locked out of my house and it's hailing, this is great, like, and I just laughed with it, and then it slowed down. It was almost like, how much can you meet, and what are you going to do with that energy? And so when I was laughing with it, it just ended up slowing down, and then it eventually stopped until I was back in the house. And then when I was back in the house, it started to rain. And it was like, okay, great. What are we cleansing? What are we moving here? You know? And so when we get to be in that living relationship with what's actually in our environment, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And it's one thing that I learned young, because I love being in nature, but also I did a lot of camping and I did a lot of backpacking, canoeing, when I was in my, late teens, early 20s. And it was like, if you're out, if you're 10, 20 miles out in whatever environment you're in, and that's where you are, you have what you have. You have whatever equipment you have with you, and that's that, right? And you're dealing with what's there. Whatever's coming in, right? Snow, Used to do a lot of snow camping, snow, ice, rain, heat, been in the dry desert, it's like it's what's there. So that's the power, of being in that synergy of just connecting in with it. And, ah, you know, I remember being up on Shasta, and it was really, really windy. It was extremely windy. I was camping up on the mountain, and it was one of those things of going, okay, so I found that, and I was up at tree line, and so I was finding these little pockets of trees, and I would just go sit in the pockets of trees so I could, the wind would be broken up. But I just remember being, wow. And I remember at one point just hearing, go out and stand in the wind. Because if any of you have any, when sometimes you're getting hit by that wind, your whole system's like, like I don't want, that's just too much, I don't know, I can't handle that, I just remember hearing, just go stand out in the wind, and I did, and it was that practice of going, okay, I'm going to breathe with it. I'm just going to breathe with it. Okay, and not let my nervous system get all rattled up. And what you said, Kathy, reminded me of years ago when those tsunamis happened, in Asia. And it was just that massive, destruction, and it hit southern India. And I don't know if many people, Amaji, Amrita Anandamayi Ma, she's the hugging Indian saint. I used to go see her often when I was in California, and she was in India at the time. And the island, I think it was Kerala, wherever she is, she went outside as the tsunami was coming and stood in the water and was like, you're not gonna, like basically in communication with that force. And they had flooding, but it wasn't as bad. It was not nearly, it didn't go far as back, and it wasn't as high as it was supposed to be. In her place, I believe, didn't get much damage. And they're right on the water because she just stood in it as that force, as that connection, as that stability, as that energy of not coming in here, you know? So when we stabilize our connection, our source knowing, when we stabilize that so powerfully, there's nothing we can't do, right? There's nothing we can't do. And she's always the reminder for me of that. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of, I don't know, you would probably consider them shamans and enlightened beings. I remember an old medicine man. We were walking down a path, a dirt road in Oklahoma, and all of a sudden the wind started to come up, and I looked at him and I said, "What are you planning on doing?" And he said, nothing. And I just looked, and the wind was getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And we were having to sort of crouch over to stand up and to walk. And I finally stopped and I said, "Oh man, what are you up to?" And, and he started laughing and he said, "Look at that funnel cloud down there." So I did. It wasn't there. But until he said it, it was there. And he said, "What do you think? What do you feel?" And I just looked at him and I said, "Oh, I'm going to give it a hug." Not what he was expecting.
Right.
But I said, "Oh, can we hurry up and get down there? I want to give it a hug before it dissipates, before it disappears. Please, please, can we go hug it?" And he said, "Well, girl, you just ruined my experiment for you." So you're absolutely right. When we put our structure in and our within the earth, have that connection with the earth, and we are stabilized and aligned and really deeply grounded into it, you can withstand with tsunamis, you can withstand tornadoes, you can
Yeah.
withstand so many
Yeah.
what we say natural elements going on. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Thank you for
perfect,
sharing that
perfect.
beautiful experience. Yeah. And, not going into the fear, not going into, the need to get away from it, right? Or that something bad's going to happen. And maybe you've all experienced this too when we are in that space of connection, or we're doing a deep meditation, or we get the confirmations. The breeze might come through when it's been calm, when we say something or do something, or a bird or something might happen. It's like, oh, right, yep, that was in harmony, right? That's aligned. um yeah, it's a beautiful place to be and create from. And it's who we are. It's recognizing the power that we are. It's really recognizing the power, and everything that we're made up of knows that. And that's what we're remembering, that's what we're returning to, that's the opportunity, right now. And just for any of you, if you want to check it out, the link, I put it in chat for the Source Embodiment course that's starting next Friday, if you want to join us. Because this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna be the source elemental embodied power of ourselves. Ah, yes, and support this whole living consciousness of Earth and ourselves, and the movement towards the incredible upliftment, and harmony and ascended body that we're becoming, that we are. Uh, yeah. So, does anyone have any questions, or you want to share anything? Anyone else want to share anything else that you're experiencing, or we like to stay on for a couple more minutes? Yeah, it's one of those places, just like a lot of our, indigenous peoples of the lands that have been holding the memory of this, that have been holding the wisdom of this. They say if you're in your heart, you know, then you shift the frequency of whatever's happening around you. You shift the frequency of what you're seen by, what approaches you, what opportunities or resources show up. And it's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible to play with and experiment with and then become. And I think that's what we have to do first to gain that, capacity, the trust, the willingness, the ability to navigate our lives from that space. It's like tipping your toes in and then going in deeper, and then ooh, yeah, yeah, until we're all the way fully, encapsulated in that. And it's really the knowing, it's really the believing, it's really the taking it in, really taking it in on such a deep level of connection. And that's why, in this 7-week journey, we're going to be working with the body and the elements so that it's in every particle of our being, right? That we're really finally letting the structure of our body, letting everything that flows in our body, letting every consciousness of the body to align in that union of source. Yeah. So I'm hoping that others will be, interested and join us on this incredible, strong, powerful journey that's open for us. And March is going to be some interesting on energies that will support this really beautifully too. So yeah, anybody else want to share, ask a question before we shift out? Ah, well, I'm just always, as usual. Oh, yeah, I just wanted to say this. Beverly, you said, I'm so opening and connecting and receiving so much, even in writing. Thank you. Notes with personal meanings that appear from heaven and not from me. Ooh, all right, beautiful. Sounds great. Sounds like you're in a good stream of your soul consciousness. Beautiful. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So I really appreciate it, as always, all of us that get to gather and be here together and create this space. And if you have any questions or want to chat with me about your alignment with the Source Embodiment journey, just email me. You can contact me and we can talk about it. And thank you, Sarah. Yeah, so much love to you too. and the other Sarah, the two Sarahs on here, Sarah Farrington. Thank you. So much love. And just let's take a couple more deep breaths of gratitude and love and connection with who we are and what we're creating here to move forward with the wisdom, the knowing, the being of Source is who we are in harmony with all that we are and all that is. Thank you, everyone, for being here and everyone that's on the replay. Really appreciate you. And may you go forth in your day with harmony and love and joy and peace in your hearts and minds. So enjoy, be well, love you all.
Just want to tell you, Kristen, that I'm soaking my feet in warm bath water, mineral salts.
Woo! Good work. All right.
It feels glorious.
Yeah.
Half of me is warm and half of me is cold.
Bringing it together. Bringing it together. Thank you, Sarah. And thank you, Savannah. Thank you. Yeah. And everyone, Sophia, Phil, Sophia. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Thanks for you. Take care of yourself, Kathy, Tara, Wade. Appreciate you all. Enjoy your day. Maja.